Hello, guys. Welcome to a new series on this channel, Just Discussion, which is a mini discussion series with my friends and colleagues, whom I say. So, I will be discussing multiple different things with these guys. And today we have Sohan, one of my friend and colleague. So, I bring up Sohan and I've asked him to tell a few words and introduce himself.
Hey, hi Kanav. Hello everyone, and I'm Sohan. I'm by profession a full stack developer, and I also keep a keen interest on AI and other technologies which are emerging nowadays. So in this episode, we'll be mostly targeting on AI and innovation. So that's what we'll be doing it today. Over to you, Kanav.
Yep. So, as Sohan said, guys, today we are going to talk about AI and innovation, and it's not going to be an interview kind of a thing. It's majorly a discussion. I have few things that are going in my mind. I'm not a big AI fanboy kind of a thing who follows every news in it. I know quite some things like recently Chinese guys revealed DeepSeek. There was one, I think so, who made a AI assistant, which was pretty good. Many people covered it, but very much on that and very much different things. But I would like to start with knowing what's going in your mind so on these days, because a lot of things going on recently all over the world and India especially. So what's going on, what's in your mind?
Yeah, a lot of things are going on in my personal life as well. A lot of good things happened, and in India itself, India also there were a lot of things, lot of tensions last few weeks.
Yep.
But yeah, we are proud of our army, and yeah,
Yes.
we'll keep supporting Indian Army uh, for all our extent. So
Yep.
yeah, these are the things which currently running in my mind, and I was also into understanding how nowadays it's not a classic war which will happen, right? It's more like cyber war and all other stuff there. All the AI related stuff, all the technology come into picture. So I was also looking into those things, reading blogs on those things to understand, okay, how things are working in the war front, and how we are fighting other nations, not even sending missiles or something, but damaging the internal infrastructure of all the technology
Yes.
in the country. So those are the things which I was focusing on.
Mm-hmm. Uh, you brought a good thing that we are proud of our armed forces, and one thing that I realized from last few weeks is, peace is really costly. We don't pay up front, but it is a really costly thing. That
Yeah,
I
indeed.
hope everyone has understood that. Even though we, as citizens of India, do support everyone, but we are not the one who are in the line of control or fighting the war. So guys, show
Exactly.
respect and
Uh,
have the support
one
to
one
them.
thing which I want to mention
Yeah.
was is like there are a lot of narratives going around, and there are a lot of misinformation which spread a lot of lives were affected due to that. Let's not spread what we don't know.
Yep.
We should always look for the official statement from the official individuals,
Sources.
which
Yes.
will happen from the government itself. You should not rely on some sources just that you have been listening to him or her since
Hmm.
a while. It's not like that. Do your research and then come to the conclusion what's happening in the world right now.
I agree. I completely agree. Also, you brought up few of the things like AI warfare and drones, and one of the major things that was happening this time was drones. And I never heard many people, at least previous was whatever we knew, there was the application of drone. This was the drone usage, the aerial missiles, or all the aerial things that was heavily used. And a drone is something which can be integrated with AI. So what are your thoughts on that? Like, today drone is one of the commodity which any normal person can also have, and even a high tech person can also have. So
Yeah.
integration with artificial intelligence or any kind of new innovation makes it really beneficial as well as harmful. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I completely agree that it's like 90% of the technology which happens in the drone is AI itself. All the image processing, all everything
Hmm.
related to the complete set. That okay, there are few
Yep.
drones which Pakistan sent and we also sent, but those are more like surveillance drones. These are packed with AI features. Like the images they capture are very high quality, and once it is back to a camp, the Indian camp where they analyze the images and satellite images, a lot of AI features and AI technology is implemented in that to get the actual a roadmap on how we can execute our next steps. So this is what AI comes into warfares. So
Hmm.
and that's where it becomes crucial to learn AI. At today's day and age, it's very important to learn AI
So true.
and not just do other code. Like I have a lot of my programmer friends uh, who work on full stack development, all those things. I agree that that is the thing which we learned in our college days and school in education, but now the things are changing very rapidly.
Yes.
So there is something called as ML ops. All those things are real now. So
Yep.
that is something which we need to discuss as youngsters and try to come together and do something for the nation.
So true, so true. I mean, applications of AI is really non-imaginative. Everything can have AI today, and today many things and many people are really addicted to it. And as you said, if we don't really embrace AI or learn it, as people say, so quote unquote, that AI will take our jobs. Obviously, it is something evolving. If you don't evolve yourself, sit there and just use a normal thing like me, like a old comer who is not really interested in updating himself, obviously AI is going to take your job. That doesn't mean you should not advance yourself. So yeah, I completely agree. Today we need AI, and for last couple of years the advancement in AI has been so much that the bar graph, if we see the just the line graph of it, it would have shot up after the announcement of obviously chat gpt. That was the one, that was the groundbreaking thing where everyone was really awestruck by it. But yeah, I've wanted to know. I use AI. Obviously, I am a software developer. Some or the other way, I do use AI. But what are your implementations or applications that you use AI or you have used it or built it for?
Coming to my daily usages of AI features, um, in almost all the things I'll be using AI.
Hmm.
So coming from the image processing, like let's say I take a picture, I take a photo, it is not raw image. So mobiles always process the image using some AI techniques, some visual techniques of AI, and then convert it to something which we can readily post to Instagram. Earlier, this was not the case when AI was not around. Earlier, we used to edit all these things. You remember, we used to do Photoshop, all those things,
Yeah.
and then get the photo in that form where we can upload to Instagram. Nowadays, it's built ready-made. Like whenever you click some photo, it is ready to be uploaded to Instagram. It has that level of lighting fixes, all those things, and all the motion blurs. Everything is doable in an app, right? So that is something which I use on daily basis, and lot of other stuff like Chat GPT. Nowadays, everyone talks about Chat GPT. I don't I hate people calling Chat GPT as AI, and there are a lot of other things apart from Chat GPT or LLMs
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Earlier, when I was developing few of the products using AI, there was no LLM as such. So but still we used to use all the LLM related technologies like generative adversarial networks, all those things we used to use. But once this LLM came, everyone are stuck to that particular thing. That should not be the case. Like
Mm-hmm.
lot of other technologies, there are CNNs, all those neural networks are there, which doesn't use LLM, but they can be still called as ML models, right?
So true.
So now it's been a misconception that AI is equal to LLMs or
Yeah.
the generative AI kind of stuff. It's not right. There are a lot of other technologies which we'll be using as part of AI. And I
Yep.
wanted to pull up one interesting. observation of mine,
Mhm.
or I might have read somewhere, I don't know. Nowadays, like information is not unique.
Yeah.
There is something out there which is already there. So let me tell you why I feel that AI has become more powerful. Earlier, AI was done in the server side. So I'm just getting into a bit technical part of this.
Mhm.
So whenever you run something, that data or requirement will be sent to server side. There, all the ML models used to predict or whatever they want to do, they used to do. Nowadays it's all on your handset. So even if network is not there or internet is not there, everything can be done in your mobile. Like let's say if you have iPhone, if you will be having Apple Intelligence or Siri, right? So
Yeah.
if you just turn off your network or internet and then just say, okay, set alarm at whatever time,
Mhm.
it will set, because the processing is happening on device. So that is
Yeah.
the new change, and that is the reason why the AI has been so much successful now. Earlier also it was there, the technology was there. LLM is not like 3 4 years old. It's like it's like decades old actually.
Yeah.
It was in processing, like development was happening, but it is not something like someone got it just 3 4 years
Few
back.
years
No,
back. Yeah.
that's not the case.
Correct.
So earlier there was a limitation of the hardware.
Yeah.
Technology was there. Gen AI was there earlier, but there was limitation with the hardware specifications, all those things. Nowadays, the chips are fast enough to process all the ML models as well. So that is the main reason why I feel that AI is booming a lot.
Fair enough, fair enough. And I agree, I agree. We can't just say that Chat GPT is the only AI or the
Yeah.
model that's helping. There are many different, I say, companies who are implementing it, and it's not actually AI, it's a LLM model in hindsight doing all the computation and thing. The actually implementation of AI, there is a vast majority still left in it, I feel. And to be really selfish, I would like to plug uh, my own video that I made on one of this, the AlphaFold, which was a really interesting thing when I got to know where Google actually used these models in such a efficient way that they were able to predict the protein structures. Guys, you can check that video. It's on my channel. Just to be a little selfish, this is my channel. So yeah, I agree completely again. And also, I was really fascinated when you just mentioned the Photoshop, because there was a time few years back, around 10 years back, where people used to use Photoshop to remove the background, just the basic thing like remove a background, add a new background or a color. And today it's just done by a click of any tool you take online. And in a way it is AI, it is actually predicting what is in the background. It removes the background images or anything. Even Apple and Google, Samsung have implemented in their mobiles as well the they call it magic eraser or something, where you just click
So,
on that person or an object and it automatically removes it. So I agree. The AI implementations are very limited right now. In future it might go to a very vast majority as well. But I would again like to rephrase my question. Like, you mentioned that you use your AI applications majorly in mobiles and galleries. I want to know, what are those specific applications where you think that you're using AI or help of AI more? Obviously Chat GPT. Even my answer would be Chat GPT, that I am very much reliant on Chat GPT for a good line of code or formatting or a good answer in terms of a mentor or a guide kind of a thing. But apart from this, do you have any applications that you specifically think are really enhancing the way of usage of AI or implementing these AIs?
I am more from old school technique of AI and ML. I don't just believe that use of LLM is AI. There are in almost all the applications, I think now the AI is getting implemented. Even in the settings application, we have AI embedded. So just to know that, okay, just to tell audience that where all the AI stuff is there, you can just open Amazon and search something. So the recommendation system which works is AI. It's a ML algorithm. And there are, if you just open, like let's say YouTube, and you get suggestions of videos. So if you watch a particular kind of video, then probably you end up getting similar kind category of videos when you come again, right? So that is also AI. And what else? Like in the notes application of iOS, we have AI. We can summarize text and all those things using Apple Intelligence. I don't know. I don't like Apple Intelligence. I don't know
Yeah,
why they have developed it.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, jokes apart. So there are a lot of applications. Almost all applications nowadays come with AI. Some in some or the other aspects. If you can just take Gmail, right? A basic traditional classic example is a spam classifier. So
Yeah.
that we learn whenever you want to learn ML. That is the first example which every course gives you. That is how you can classify between actual email and a spam email. So that itself is AI. It's a ML. It's a ML algorithm.
Hmm.
So there are different ML techniques. There are different supervised, unsupervised. We can come to that later in the upcoming sessions as well. If audience wants bit technical, deeper technical explanations. But this was more like introductory about AI and what is the importance of AI and why you want to be why you should be aware of AI. No matter if you are a software developer or someone else like or a doctor, you should be aware that okay, this technology exists and you need to accept that. You can't just blame that okay, it will take away jobs. I don't know why this narrative is spreading a lot, because if it will take your traditional jobs, but it will create lot other jobs. Earlier, we didn't hear about ML ops. Now, ML ops is a real thing. How you need to deploy your ML models, all those things. Earlier, it was not there. Now
Hmm.
it is there, right? There are a lot of other aspects which will come. And as a developer or as a software developer, you need to be flexible enough to move into different technologies. You
Hmm.
can't just say I'm just doing Java or whatever the old
Yeah.
technologies which are there. You need to evolve as a full stack developer and a AI
Hmm.
engineer.
Yeah.
So that's
I
what
agree.
I take.
I agree with those things. Even in the chat, Suyesh asked the same thing, that will AI replace the developers or networking jobs, and what do you feel about it? And so again, you to summarize your point, you as you said, we have to upgrade ourselves. We have to evolve in a way that we do. Tomorrow, the technology can go apart from AI in many different sorts. So we can't say that we will stick to this and we will just learn this. It's obviously it's not going to help us.
It's think it this way. My perspective is AI will empower me to do more.
True.
It won't take away my job. Eventually, the human intervention should be there and will be there. Like no company, like 100% depend on the AI, right? Whatever AI predicts, at some point of time, human is there to at least verify that,
Yes.
right? So it always empowers humans to do something better and in a much larger scale.
Hmm.
Earlier we used to spend, like, again coming back to Photoshop, sorry,
Yeah. Yeah.
Photoshop example. Earlier, we used to spend like hours together just to crop one photo and get some shades and all those things. But now it's like click of one button, so it will just do it in seconds. So it is empowering you to do lot of other stuff. Like if you are a influencer, you can upload lot many photos, lot many videos
True.
with the help of AI. So you will get more reach and you get more growth and success.
Yeah.
So it won't actually spoil your career; it will enhance your career. It's all about perspective, how you think and how you take it
Yeah.
as it is. Yeah.
Yeah, to add on to your point, like you said, it enhances or adds on to your thing. Uh, I have started my content creation for last 5 to 6 months, and earlier there used to be editors or Photoshop people who used to actually create thumbnails, and today also there is a huge market for. I don't disagree with that, but what's happening is they are using AI in such a way that you don't have to sit there to give that reaction or
Mm.
get that photo or get that particular asset. Everything is a prompt based today. I personally use Kira AI, not a sponsored thing, but I personally use it, and I have trained it on my pictures. So I had given it around 30 of my pictures which I took for different from different shots, and today I have to just click on the style of it and just say that a person holding a board, and it'll give me that it'll be same. The facial imaging would be pretty much same. Obviously it can't be exactly same, you need some of the changes, but AI is enhancing it. It's not really degrading or taking away the jobs, right? It's helping the editor, it's helping the creator, it'll, and obviously it'll help the developer also. So again, I completely agree, and I hope Suyash you got your answer. We have another question related to something like this, where Vishwanath asked that is booming in the booming AI world, how to start learning. Again, one of my thing. I am a noob. I don't know the base things. Like you are very much well aware of ML algorithms, how AI is there, what is a LLM, what is a neural network. You know the differences because you have the research. I'm a pretty big noob in that. I know good enough of software development and most of front end because I prefer that. But again, I completely would like to know, as Vishwa, I asked that what are the ways of learning AI? Because earlier it was training a model, building a model, but today there are so many models. I mean, I know we have spoken on this. Today there are n number of models on which we can train our data rather than go create and train and make them or create it for a bigger this. So I would like to know how can we learn these things.
So I would like to start on with the goal of what you want to achieve. So there are two things in AI. So one thing is you want to utilize the AI, that we call it as applications of AI. And second one is you want to do something which is not trained by existing pre-trained models. Like let's say you want to train a particular model for a specific use case, which is very specific to your company. Like let's say you want to build a help portal for your company. So currently, since LLM is booming, let's consider for now that we are talking about LLMs itself. So there are two things. One is OpenAI or some other platform, some other models will provide their APIs. So you can just use like just another services for the developers. Just for just like another service, you just need the key, secret key, and then you are good enough. Like it has its own SDK, so you can just use it and then try implementing that. So that doesn't require any AI knowledge. That we don't need any mathematics in that. Nothing is required. Statistics, probability, nothing is required. Everything is done and baked into a SDK, and it is given to you. You just need to pay for each tokens or whatever the amount is, and then you start using it. That is the applications of AI, and that I don't think you can. You need to learn a lot. It's like usage of that one, and you get lot of official documentations. And for the big models, there is a huge community support now, so you can start learning on that front. So the second one is how I trained. I learned. So I started long back before LLM. So earlier there were a lot of other things booming. Now also they are there. They are very essential, but earlier we had CNNs, all the other models, like for particular tasks, like let's say for image processing or something like that, we use CNN models, all those things. So there we used to collect all the information, all the data, and we need to pre-process, clear that data, and then feed into the model. So if you want to learn those things, you can. There are a lot of courses available online which will give you the hands-on experience. Look for hands-on experiences itself, and look for how many projects or how many mini projects or major projects it will deliver. It will give it to you. It should not be like you are learning ABC and that's it. You need to learn ABC, and then you need to also learn how to frame words out of that, right? So that is the main goal. So you can't just learn about different. Okay, you know about these all these models, everything. Now you don't know how to train it. So that is not the thing, right? And you don't know where to apply it. So in this way, if you really want to learn something, Udemy, all different sites are there. Maybe I'll ask Kanav to list it in the comment and then pin
Sure,
it.
sure.
Um, but I would suggest you to check how many projects are getting completed in that particular course. Like let's say in the course, they are doing 4 mini projects and then 5 major projects or 2 major projects. Opt for that particular course instead of just learning basics, because in nowadays in today's day and age, there is no time to learn slowly. Like we can't learn each and everything and take year, because in a year there is different thing coming up. Uh, just 1 year back we used to hear about LLMs, all those things. Now LLM is gone. Now it is agentic AI. All those things are coming. Next, in just 1 year of span, it will just go to the next level. So you can't just simply sit and then start studying from scratch all those things. You need to be quick and then adopt to the new technologies. You can miss out on few of the ML models. That should be okay, but just keep in the be in the flow of like what technology is evolving and other stuff. Currently, it is agentic AI. That is for sure.
Yeah, I actually wanted to discuss this one thing, that is agentic AI, because I asked you earlier as well that what does it really mean, and how why is it so much going? Because recently I saw a few of the not conferences, the videos on YouTube as well, where people I follow one of the YouTuber whose name is Jeff Su. He's a Google's marketing regional marketing head in somewhere in US, and he's the one who is promoting agentic AI, or as you say, that's booming. I have seen many different videos, and where companies are also promoting it. So if you can tell, I mean, just give a brief idea what it is, why it's so booming, and after OpenAI, this is the first thing I am seeing that so many people are really enthusiastic about.
Yeah. So talking about agentic AI, let's first understand what does LLM means. So LLM is again a model, large language model, which
Mhm,
is trained on a huge data set, on a huge articles. All like there is a huge. I don't know the number of what text it is trained and all those things. Let's not get into that numbers. No one cares about that. But just understand that it is trained on a huge data set. So what does this mean? This means that it is generalized,
mhm,
so it is not specific to a particular task. It's like it knows everything. It knows each and everything. It knows how to wash clothes. It knows how
mhm,
to build missiles. It knows how to build cars. It knows how to read text. It knows how to summarize. So there are different uh, use cases, or it is expert in all the fields. Now, now the agentic AI comes into picture. So let's say you want to write a blog post in, let's say in Twitter or LinkedIn. Let's say, like
mhm,
you want to write a blog post in LinkedIn. So, or you want to write a, let's say, book. You want to write a book. So to write a book, what all stages will be there? First thing is you think about the storyline, like how should be the story, the basic characters, all those things. You think about that. Next, you just write a small draft of the story. Like you write, okay, these things were there. Next thing is you analyze that one regarding the way you wrote this. You need to enhance the way you have written all the text, right? You need to enhance the sentence formations, how you want to convey the message. So that is the third stage. Next stage is editor stage, where you want to edit that that to be send it to a production level book publications or something like that. So there are different stages. Now let's say we want to integrate our AI to this one, that is LLM. So now LLM is trained across all the things.
mhm,
So you won't get exact to the point precision answers. You need to write lot of prompt in order to just get that particular requirement what you want, right? So
mhm,
in this way, agentic means it's an agent. So for first one, where you are identifying the storyline, you just say it as storyteller agent.
mhm,
So that agent, you bind that, encapsulate that with all the requirements. Okay, you are a storyteller and you are responsible to, fetch some ideas about so and so. Like I want to write a story um, on this Operation Sindoor. So let's say Operation Sindoor, this is the requirement. You need to find some elements of that, like what all things happened, all those things. Second agent is actual drafting of the story. There you give a different message, like okay, you want to this one. Next is the different one, that is the actual writing of the story from the draft. Next is editor, which will edit the story and make it as a production ready
mhm.
script, right?
Yeah.
So in the agentic AI, there are different agents which will at the end create there is one target which they need to reach. They will reach using those agents. And the major and interesting part of agentic AI is one agent's input is another agent's output. So first it will create ideas. It created ideas. That ideas is fed into next agent. That is the what is that? Creating drafts. So that drafts response is fed into next one. That is actual writing of the story. That is fed into the editor, and then the output comes. That is a properly framed story for you. So this is the agentic AI, and this is very crucial because whatever the agents we have created, they do their task uh, in a more precision way, in more accurate way, because they have all the necessary requirements already published. If you just use LLMs, then it is very hard to. It is possible, but it is hard to do all those things, and it will be more costly
Mhm.
also, because
Correct.
here we are just passing all the inputs, and then uh, every input is getting into the more ready state, right? So
Mhm.
in this way it is also helpful. So this is the high level understanding of agentic AI. It has lot other concepts,
Yeah.
but this is the what you
Base
call
idea.
base idea. Yeah,
Cool. What I could get is it is an in a package you're using an automation tool where you take give a prompt to one AI or an AI LLM, which gives you an output which becomes the input for other, and that's where you refine the whole process, and where the user can directly get the expected result rather than what I can say, being there or physically intervening for every cleanup or every
exactly.
clean process, rather than you just put down. If, just for example, guys, what I could think of is if I am a director or a storyteller or a writer, I want I, like you said, write a story. We a person can come up with a company saying that our AI agent gives you the best story. So he can compromise, he can add those like multiple layers of different models, going through all the different iterations, removing the plot holes, removing the extra things, which in today's movies there are a lot of things which are irrelevant, and then coming to such a clean plot where it can be some kind of Oppenheimer shit or something like that. So for example, that's what I could think of from your discussion, but if you have any further clarification, please.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I was trying to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also uh, Vishwanath is saying that there is a good example on agentic AI from Uber that made a huge benefit for agentic AI. So people who are interested, please go through, please do check it out. I will check out after the stream for sure. Also, Vivekanand asks, speak on AI as an influencer. So I would say it is a bit risky as well as bit fascinating that AI becoming an influencer. Again, influencers are those who influence a person or a group of people. I don't want an AI to be that, because if he's an AI starts doing it, that's manipulation and mind transfer, something. We are going very much sci-fi here, but I personally wouldn't want AI as an influencer, because AI as a creator is a really good idea where AI helps you. Today I see many short format creators like Varun Maya. Shout out to Varun Maya. If you guys check Varun Maya's feed, half of the reels that he makes is complete AI. He has around 10 to 15% of human interaction in that, and maybe to enhance the script or some kind of things in editing, but majority is an AI, which was really fascinating for me because I was doing research for one of my videos coming in some days, that how AI is being used by creators. I mean, it's really fascinating, but AI itself, as an individual becoming a creator, would be really good. And I think so. There are few AIs already who are adding videos on their own, but I'm really not sure. I have to do a research. But again, I would like to distribute this into two, like Nas Daily really summed it up in WTF's podcast, that there are creators who create content and there are influencers who influence people. That if you say them to do something, they do it. So I wouldn't want AI to become that powerful where you start influencing them, because there are more than good things, there are bad things that can go. Because I am a bit pessimistic on this. I wouldn't want it, but yeah, I would like to know your opinion that AI as an influencer.
Yeah, so just to add a counterpoint of just for the sake of discussion, um,
Yeah.
in a way, we are getting influenced by AI.
Hmm.
Like let's say recently I had a cough, right? I had a very bad cold and other stuff. So I asked ChatGPT. So and I believed what it said.
Hmm.
So it's also a kind of influence that we are trusting ChatGPT on the crucial sides. Like cold is still okay, but for some of the things, it's not normal to ask ChatGPTs and other or googling it for that sake and trying to get the answers. But still, we do it. So that is also of some form of influence, right?
Yep.
So in that way, it's already a reality now that AI is also influencing people,
Yeah.
not directly affirmatively, but we are letting
Yeah.
letting AI influenced for
Yeah,
us by
that's
us.
true. That's true. I mean, obviously, every person today is in a way being influenced by AI, but a complete influencer for, like, for example, Tanmay Bhatt or Mr. Beast, like creating videos or giving preaching like a god or a godman. I don't want that to happen. As you said, as there are many good things about AI that really helps us in knowing that this is good, this is bad. But I'm thinking at a larger scale where people are actually influenced. I mean, I'm really concerned about mental health issues nowadays, because many people get depressed and have different kinds of issues. So I can't even imagine if a chat GPT or any AI comes up and tells you you're doing wrong, it's better to end your life. That these kind of things are something like a self-harm thing, which I don't think so AI should ever get into or even be there. Creation of content as an information is good. Influencing people, again, I have a very lot uh, conflicting thoughts on this. Like, there's some good, some bad, so I'm not really sure how I
So
should
it should
share
be
it, but yeah.
it should be more like controlled environment for the AI. We
Yeah,
should restrict AI to do not to do certain things and not to tell or act on
like
certain
AI
things.
governance, you mean? Like AI governance, like i
Yeah,
i,
so
I
there
think
should
so
be
many. Mhm.
some restrictions or some kind of at least in the country level also we can keep like
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah.
product, some AI product is coming from US. It's a US product, so we can't solely accept everything which it says, right? In Google Maps also, this was long back which I read or watched in reel I don't know the factual
Mhm.
thing about that. But the thing is in Google Maps, it is just I don't know, it's a speculation I think, but Google Maps in US, there is a full HD or full definition of the maps. But when it comes to India, Indian government um, has made some restrictions on the um,
Yeah.
quality of the maps from the satellites. So this is because of the security related aspects, because US companies are getting all the HD related HD content or the images from the satellite. It's very risky uh, for the country like India from the security
Yeah.
perspective. They can also plot all the important and crucial plots
Yes.
like different missile control systems, all those things, and also the activity, what is happening, who is traveling where, all the VIP stuff. So these
Hmm.
kind of things are already restricted in country like India.
Hmm.
So I would also like to have similar thing in AI as well. We can't say freedom of speech for AI. AI should be restricted properly. It should
Yeah,
not be like
agreed.
it's not a citizen of any country. It's not a citizen, right?
True.
It's a made up thing. So
Hmm.
we should not give proper freedom for speech or action or whatever. It should
True.
be properly regulated, and then in a controlled environment, it should be developed. So that is what I believe.
I mean, even I completely believe in your point that we need AI governance, and we need a strict AI governance, because again, as you said, today AI models are being developed in many different countries, and people are using it left, right, center without thinking that whatever you're
Mm.
giving, it is going to store it. It is going to refine its model. It is going to somewhere think from your perspective and some other perspective as well. So irrelevantly going on babbling about what you need, what you don't, like Vishwa also mentioned in chat that huge number of people are using AI even for smaller problems or questions. Do you think in future people's thinking capacity will decrease, since people only ask questions to AI? Nobody thinks that what will be the solution. And I agree. And not just with AI, I think so the thinking capacity, the attention span is totally in the hell today, because of social media reels, AI making it so easy for people not to even pick up a pencil today. We are going towards that, towards the doomsday where not even one person is going to do a manual task without getting AI's help. So I would like to know your thoughts. Like, even Vishwa has asked that, uh, many AI. Do you think in future people would be having less capacity of thinking and asking questions to different people and not actually thinking about the solution? So again, for example,
I
even me,
think it's
I
a
do
reality
it.
now.
It's so true. I do that even in coding, and even for while writing code. Most of the things are pretty much correct. When I started prompting chat gpt, a true story, I used to get codes which were little bit up and down, sometimes good, sometimes bad. But slowly it has evolved so much today that I'm okay blindly believing that this will work. Okay, there are some parts which additions would be needed, but by base this looks really good. How will I challenge an AI to tell that this is a wrong thing? Earlier it was, because it wouldn't have that much amount of data, no interaction with developers so much. But today millions on millions of developers are actually working with AI and writing the code, enhancing it in such a way that I'm ready to blindly believe it. But again, it's a good as well as a bad thing. But yeah, your opinion on that would be
Yeah,
really
as I told, we are already in that loop.
yeah.
So we blindly trust on chat GPT responses or whatever GPT for that matter. We blindly trust on that and all those things. Nowadays, it has become much more accurate based on the responses which we gave.
Mhm.
We happily gave all our photos recently
Yeah.
for that trend. So yeah, even I sent lot of like 8 to 10 photos to OpenAI to help them update their models. So
So
there
true.
there are a lot of millions of users who had this trend, right? I don't know what is that called, Ghibli or Ghibli,
Ghibli AI.
Ghibli. So
Ghibli AI train.
we do all these things knowingly and unknowingly. We did this knowingly. We knew that models are getting trained with our free data just to showcase in the Instagram or story or WhatsApp stories. But these are the reality now. This is the reality.
So true. But yeah, these are reality. But I would still say, people, reduce your AI dependencies a bit. Use it.
You on
I'm
you
not against it, but
you are only doing it.
I tell it to myself as well. I have to, and
We will do
maybe
it,
in
but you
future,
guys don't do.
maybe in future. Let's see. So yeah, again, a really good point that we have willingly given millions of our images to AIs to train it and make a very Ghibli art photo for us. But yeah. So also, Vivekanand has asked, as a non-tech guy here, I would sometimes ask mathematical questions to ChatGPT to solve. Sohan clarified me that that is not mathematical model. So please list up various models.
Yeah. By the way, a few people are technical, but try to claim themselves non-technical. So that's okay. Yeah. So I had a discussion with him back then that this is a LLM. So I'm still in that thing itself that this is LLM, right? It's a language model. It is
Mm-hmm,
being trained on language.
mm-hmm,
But when it comes to mathematics, so it probably now the models are there which can do mathematical operations as well. But traditionally, when 3.5 or 3 Turbo 3, what was that? GPT-3 was launched. At that time, it was purely LLM. So it will try to find the similarity in from its knowledge. So
Mhm.
if you do 2 plus 2, it is not calculating 2 plus 2. It is checking, or from his knowledge, it is checking, okay, where is 2 plus 2 and what should be the output of that. It is predicting that, it's not calculating. So
Mhm.
that's the reason I told that it is not a mathematical model, it's a language model. It just understands language, that's all. It doesn't understand mathematics. If you give complex problems of mathematics, I'm pretty sure that it won't answer. Nowadays the models have been changed, I have not tested it. With mathematical stuff we can do it if time permits, but earlier it was not the case. Like if you just do like 7796 into some big number,
Yeah.
there was a high probability that it will fail. It will send you wrong results. It will send you result because it's a language model. It is some, because it has billions of data, right?
Mhm.
So somewhere it will find some match for your query, but it might not be a mathematically correct answer. So that's what,
Yeah.
because when you write something, ask something, it will give you based on the language similarity. It's a underlying, it's a similarity score, all the other aspects which will be running. We can cover those things as well in the next
Yeah. Yeah.
episodes if people are interested. But on a higher level, this was not, this three was not a mathematical model. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
So
thing.
yeah, I mean, I knew basics of it, but not in depth. But Vivek is asking, will AI drop mics or is it just so on? So you would have to answer it.
What is the question?
Will AI drop mics or is it just so on?
It's me, just me.
Cool. Yeah, so Vishwa is asking for the best courses available and for the AI. So Vishwa, I will after the live get the details from Sohan and create a list and pin it in the same live chat, so you guys can obviously get it from there and have a good idea and starting point to learn different ways of knowing AI, using AI, and all stuff. Also, yeah. So uh, it was a really
What
good
else?
conversation. I had recently we discussed one thing where one of our friend is freelancing and is earning a really good money out of it. So, and also recently I am a big YouTube fanatic who goes on to YouTube for all different kinds of stuff, and I've seen a recent boom in freelance as well. And I ask you this because earlier, before joining a corporate, I know you were doing freelancing for around 2 years during your BCA, and then we had to leave because of the corporate. But do you see there is the boom in this freelancing world and such a fast paced thing? Because earlier when I used to just listen about it, freelancing was done for majorly in technical fields. I'm talking where for websites, making websites, smaller applications, landing pages, putting them, giving smaller shops and businesses their own uh, what can I say, social presence specifically. But today it's has grown in very different ways. And uh, I know freelancing is non-technical as well. I don't want to get into non-technical stuff, but because you have been there in this small time of freelancing, what do you see? And we know the guy we interacted with, so I would like to know your opinions on that.
Yeah, so talking about freelancing, right? So nowadays it has become so much big that we can also create or make a career out of that. You don't have to be
So
in
true.
corporate. You
True.
can work full time as freelancer and then get more than three times of software developers per month. So it's a very huge market, and there is a lot of scope and opportunity in that. But it comes with lot of stress, no time for your family or friends, because if you are getting paid that much in your early stages itself as a developer, they
Mhm.
expect a lot. They expect a ton of work from you, and that adds a lot of mental pressure. And After a
I
point,
can just imagine.
you
Yeah.
can't handle it.
Yeah.
So I would suggest, if you are a if you are a student and still pursuing your degree and other stuff, you take up freelancing as an option just to understand the technology, because in college you will be doing projects, but those are not production ready projects, or it's not a real world projects.
Mm-hmm.
In real world or production ready, there are different aspects to cover. You also need to think about from DevOps perspective, how to release it, how to deploy it. But in your school projects or college projects, it's not like that. You just do it. It stays forever in your laptop.
Mm-hmm.
So I advise everyone to, at least from the software background, to take up freelancing as an option in your college days. And once you get into corporate, or if you want to continue as a freelancer, that is up to you. But yeah, I would always suggest people to join as a freelancer and then work, because there you will be having huge responsibility. Because in big companies, what happens, MNCs, you'll be given a part of the development task, and you'll be having lot of time. So in that way you get settled, and you tend to lose out on the new technologies which are coming.
True.
Freelancing, it's like a power packed development activity, which will be like 2 months or 1.5 months, 1 month. So you can quickly do stuff and then get out of that. So it's like that. So it's very good for students, but corporate, in lot of corporates, there is a rule not to do um,
Yeah. Moonlighting.
freelancing as an option. So that you can ignore. But as a students, I would strongly recommend freelancing as an option.
Yep. I completely agree. I have my brother right now in engineering, cousin brother in engineering, and he's also in the software field itself. He's learning computer science, and I did advise him to at least start a smaller freelancing gig, like start making websites, start making landing pages, or join a freelance company. I really urge people, at least in the early ages of colleges, that join a freelance company or a startup company where you get to know what is the pressure of actually building something from scratch. Because I have seen people are whole and soul of that project. You are the front end, you are the back end developer, you are the DevOps person, you should do everything, you should know anything, and that gives you a very good handling power in you, that even if you are thrown any option or any question while in a corporate, you are able to handle it. So I agree. People who are in colleges completing your BCAs, engineerings, and CS and softwares, please look up for opportunities where you can contribute. Maybe sometimes free, maybe not, but get into that groove of making or building things so that you have the edge when you get into corporate. Or else, corporate is a really big race where you have to I mean, work really hard to get on top. So I I agree. I agree completely. Vishwa wants to ask you, these days we see humans catching buckets. So for the people who don't know what catching buckets is, so chamchagiri, or just falsely appraising the boss so that their work is done. So Vishwa wants to ask, we see humans catching buckets. Will AI also catch buckets in future? So, so on, please.
It's a very good question, actually. I don't know. I never thought that AI will just praise me when I get up. I don't know. Never thought of
So
that.
true. So
Yeah,
true.
I'll get back to you. I'll DM you the answer.
Vishwa, so as soon as you get the answer, do comment it under this live. We would
Yeah.
also like to know. So also, apart from AI, we recently had the conversation few weeks back where we were talking about innovation and lack of innovation in today's day and age. Because I agree with you, today startups and companies have become a copy paste model of US based companies, or even if they do some kind of innovation, it's somewhere or the other really hampering us. And I would like to know your opinion on this innovation cycle, and what do you think is going to be the next boom? Like AI was, I could say, for us, the uh, people who just started working or who just are graduating. For us, the biggest boom was AI. The generation before us, the biggest boom would be the www. The internet was the biggest boom for us, but for us it was a normal thing. Build website, there are websites, there are this thing. For us AI was a huge thing. Oh no, there is something big. So what do you think our future generation or our future people can see as a boom where it is going to disrupt something, and also the innovation part of it?
Yeah, coming to innovation question, so or the discussion topic. So yeah, as you told, it's a copy paste model. It's like whichever is working, just create a clone of that. It will work.
Mm-hmm.
And in today's demand, it's like one company can't cater to all the users. So even if it has like 10 companies which are very similar, exactly same, like for example this 10 minutes delivery apps, right? There are like tons of apps now in the market, and everyone is in loss for some reason. But everyone are thriving in terms of orders or in terms of growth of the number of users using that one. So it's like copy paste model. And um, what I believe is from innovation is not simplifying your food. Like you can just go downstairs and get some food, right? It's not like if you get in 10 minutes, then that is a innovation. That is not innovation. Innovation comes from the actual technological developments, not the application with
Yeah.
smarter features in it. It's like if you want to do some innovation, do it in some EVs, like how you can effectively enhance the power of EV vehicles, or chip manufacturing is the next best thing and biggest thing which will happen, because now that is a monopoly for certain countries, certain areas, or certain regions of the world. Only those countries are producing all the chips for the world. So it's like a huge monopoly, and we need to break that. As Indians, we have skill sets. People, skill developers or engineers go abroad and then uh, do all the stuff, right? We can do everything in India itself, and then try to. I understand it's very hard to set up a company in India,
Mm-hmm.
but I still believe that innovation is something which will um make the technological advancements in a better way rather than simplifying your daily life activities, like getting things, groceries in 10 minutes, all those things. That I don't call it as a innovation as say, but it's like more like a um, ease of life,
Convenience, yeah.
uh,
Agree.
convenience. So that is what I believe. That is what
So
I try to
so
understand from
I mean,
innovation.
we had this discussion, guys, a few weeks back where uh, sorry for the people who really like the Blinkit, Zepto, and Swiggy and Instamart. I am guilty as charged. I do use it a lot, but today, because of these things, we have become so lazy and so convenient for us that to order even just a pencil, we Zepto it or Blinkit it. We don't really go to the store, which is not an innovation. Again, like someone said, it's not really an innovation to get you your groceries from a shop or from a dark store. What is innovation? An innovation for me, an innovation is something path breaking. Like AI was an innovation for me, that your I give you the prompt, you give me the complete code. Earlier we used to go to Stack Overflow, different websites like Geek for Geeks and different things, and we used to search for just the framework, like the backbone of the code. The actual code had to be written by us because it's something that we want. But a backbone used to be given by these websites, but today everything is AI because that's disrupting it. But I don't feel, as he said, these kind of apps really work. These are just copy paste models of various different US or foreign companies. But we did discuss one major thing in there, that was semiconductors and quantum computing. And I would like to discuss or talk about these fields majorly in going
Before
forward,
that,
because yeah.
yeah, sorry to cut you, but
No.
I want to highlight one important breakthrough technology which we did, which we call it as innovation. I consider it as a very next level innovation, that is UPI. UPI was developed from India, and it is the groundbreaking change. You don't need to rely on all the other stuff like credit cards, all those things, the processing time, processing charge. UPI is sending from one account to another account without any processing charge. So
Mm-hmm.
that is a very groundbreaking innovation, and this technology is traded to lot of other countries, and lot of other countries will start using UPIs as their regular
Primary mode
payment
of
methods.
payment. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is called as innovation. If you are doing purely technologically, then that kind of innovation we need to focus on rather than
Sp-
these apps. Apps
Okay.
doesn't app doesn't increase your worth as a nation. It should be like you need to, if there are, if some founders are listening, then uh, try to make something which will cater for decades, not just like just for few years, and a loss making company. Think of Elon Musk. He has started SpaceX. Who does that? I mean, which private organization does that? Like creating a space exploration company, that is something which we can't even imagine. We can still imagine a car company which will produce a car, but um, in most of
Yeah.
the countries, I think in all the countries, space exploration is done by government itself.
Yeah.
If someone coming up with space exploration as a company concept, and for the first few launches it was failed, first three launches I think it was failed, and
Yes.
he lost all his money, but still he believed, and he has that confidence that he can do it. And now you can see the reusable rockets are getting used in NASA as well. NASA is procuring all the rockets of SpaceX. So that is an innovation. That is something which we need to think as Indians, and then we need to do it. Like if each state also does one kind of these kind of innovations, we are back to the top. We can be the world leaders in like
Yeah.
next 10 in a decade or so. So
I agree.
that kind of innovation we need to think about. Chip manufacturing, how we can have our own chips. Now we use all
Mm-hmm.
the other company chips which are either US, Chinese, or all those things. So we need to rely on our own chipset. We should, like, make in India doesn't mean get it from China and then assemble it here. Make in India means have the manufacturing hub here. Then that makes a difference for the company's economy. Sorry, country's
Yeah.
economy.
I agree. I agree. And as you said, innovation in space related things is a really good opportunity for any new founders. But the thing is, the capital thing comes in between where you need that much amount of money as well. But let's not digress into the money and business part of it.
We are
But
not investors.
yeah, we really we are not, and we don't even know people who can, or else we would have really tried to go there. But yeah, but one we the thing that I want to discuss, which is really fascinating for me, is semiconductors and quantum computing. We know what is semiconductor, and it's being used in all the technique, all the devices today. But I want to go into more into quantum computing, because I see many people learning about this new thing, or just checking out what is this, because recently I know Microsoft launched a mini quantum computer or a quantum chip. I know there was something released by Microsoft Satya Nadella regarding to quantum computing, and it is going to evolve. We did discuss it, so I would like to know from you, what is really quantum computing? How will it really change or bring that new structure to the technology and hardware and everything?
Yeah. So this requires a new episode itself.
Hmm.
But cutting things short, quantum computing is um, a system. It's a computer end of the day, which is specialized or designed to simulate certain things. Like if you want to understand how our world started, like our
Yeah.
solar system or whatever things, how it all started. Uh, the simulation it does, because let's say, uh, I'll give you a short example. Like let's say you want to simulate Bangalore city. So there are like how many people in Bangalore? Like let's assume 20
No.
20 million. Let's say 20
Mm-hmm.
million people. It's a very less number, but let's say 20 million people. So 20 million people brain is fed into the system. This is just a this is not an exact um, functionality of a quantum computing. I'm just giving you the analogy of how what
Yeah.
quantum computing means,
Hmm.
right? So let's say 20 million people data head data is fed into the system. Now imagine what 20 million people do in the city. Some will be going to shopping, some will be going to movies, some will go to job, gym. It is
Yeah.
scattered a lot, right? So
Yeah.
for each individual, it has its own memory and then chipset in the head, which will process different things. So if you feed everything into the computing quantum computer and you start the simulation, so that much of memory is required. So that those many people, those many cars are roaming, there are accidents happening, there is a fire
Hmm.
extinguisher which is going there, ambulance, all those things are happening. So this is called a simulation. Similarly, how the world evolved to be what we live now, those
Hmm.
kind of stuff, it's like that. Uh, it's a simulation. So that I mean, maybe I can explain a lot better if I have a proper session on this. But on the higher level, this is what it means. So normal computers can't process this level of scale. So there are 20 million different things, and everything is happening parallelly, and it is everything is in sync. So those kind of stuff requires a quantum computer.
Hmm. I mean, you have given a good idea of what is quantum computing and everything. So maybe in few days we can have a dedicated session on the innovation. But today was more of AI related and a bit innovation stuff. But going maybe in episode 3 or 4, we can really look into what is quantum computing, why is it really helpful. I can also research a bit just for the sake of having a good discussion and letting people know what it really means. But yeah, I don't have any new topics in my mind or anything that I would like to discuss. uh, do you have anything that you think you missed or you would like to get opinions or discussions from? We have chat as well,
Um,
if there
I
are some
think
people who can give their own ideas.
think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
AI innovation and certain way of thinking from the founder's perspective. So yeah, I think that this looks like a good session. So yeah,
Yeah. Cool, guys. Do let us know how was the session or the discussion, as I say, because I like to the before we end this, I would like to just tell you guys why I named this just discussing, because for me, I fundamentally believe in discussion or discussing a particular topic gives up a lot of knowledge to you guys, and that will obviously help one or two people out of these. So I am a really big knowledge guy person who is really curious of learning these things. So that's why just discussing. And as we said, do let us know how what you felt about these discussions and these topics. Also let us know what do you want us to cover going forward. I'll be bringing up new guests from various different facets of fields, not just technology but psychology, philosophy, doctor, engineer, all kinds of people, and discussing all the different types of things. So do put out your comments in the comment section and in the chat. And for now, that's all, guys. And we'll meet you in the next live session whenever we are having it. So bye, guys.
thank you. Bye.